Do you ever wonder how much vending machine owners are actually making when you buy that $3 bottle of water? Today, I'm going to be going inside this Costco to show you the real economics behind running a vending machine business. I'll compare what these wholesale products cost here versus what we sell them in our machines. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why vending machines are so profitable. Now let's talk about the basics of vending economics. When thinking about the typical costs of a vending machine operation, there's three main things you got to factor in. One is going to be the cost of the machines and or if you're going to finance it. Two is going to be the cost of goods, or what we're doing here at Costco. And three is going to be the labor, and if you're going to outsource it or stock these machines yourself. One of the main reasons I wanted to bring you to Costco is so you could see how wholesale prices ultimately compare to vending prices. So for example, that Celsius you see in our markets for $4.50, we buy that Celsius at Costco for $1.33. That's over a 200% margin. So when you think of your initial investment just to get started with that first location, those three things I mentioned with machine costs, ultimately you can finance that machine for as little as no money down, but in a lot of cases 10 to 15% down. So if it's a $6,000 machine, 10% you're putting $600 into it. The cost of goods to fill that machine is going to be anywhere between $300 and $500 depending on how big the market is. And then ultimately the labor, if you do the stocking the first 2 or 3 times before hiring someone, then you're not going to have any cost with labor except for your own time. Now thinking about your monthly budget and what your P&L should look like, the goal is ultimately to get 50% profit margins. So for every Celsius you sell for 200%, ideally your cost of goods is going to be 30%. You're going to have 10% to 12% in merchant fees and software fees, and then any other fees or margin with regards to rev share or labor costs associated with that location. The reason most beginners miscalculate profitability is because they either have the wrong products with the wrong prices, or they don't have the right products that ultimately are going to maximize profitability. A perfect example of this is we have Celsius next to Alani, and the Celsius is actually more expensive than the Alani, so you can price the $4.50 Celsius next to the $4 Alani in your market. And the pricing psychology, the person that wants to save money is going to pick the Alani, even though you're getting over 200% margins on both items. Now, when thinking about your inventory and profitability, the first way to maximize this is to really double down on drinks. When you think about water, a simple thing like water to live, this is where your best margins and your top profitability items are. Think about this glass bottle of Pellegrino. It literally costs 70 cents here at Costco, and we sell it for $4 in our micro markets. That's over a 400% markup. And the reason why people want it is because it's premium, it's in a glass bottle, so the purity, and it's convenience. They don't want to come down to Costco and wait in line for an hour just to get their case of water. One of our top consistent sellers across all types of locations is the most common brand, Coke. Coke and Diet Coke for us, we sell for over 300% margin just because we can get these cans for 53 cents at Costco, and we'll literally sell them for over $2.25 at all of our locations. One of the other best sellers that we have is Red Bull, and the thing I love about Red Bull is we can sell these for $4 or $4.50 depending on the location because their brand is so good, and look at how much they cost. Now let's switch gears and actually talk about snacks. The first snack we're going to talk about is going to be chips. When you think about chips you can get a high margin. Like these bag of chips here from Quakers will literally sell for $2.50 to $3. And as you can see, they only cost 44 cents. So phenomenal margins. But the one risk is these expire in less than 90 days. So you got to be careful and strategic about how much volume you buy every time you get chips. Another phenomenal margin snack that we love to do are these PB&J little snacks. The great thing with these things is they only cost 38 cents. So even if we charge $2 per PB&J, we're making over 400% margin on this snack. But again, you got to factor in the shelf life and not get too many cases of these and really plan out your inventory. Another snack we love to put in our machines is Oreos. Who doesn't love a good Oreo? Whether it's the kid or the older adult that wants a late night snack, the best part of Oreos is their brand is so well known. The other great thing about Oreos is we can literally get these for less than $1 and sell these for over $3. Now, shifting to unorthodox items, the first item I wanted to talk about is these bags of laundry pods. This box right here has 4 bags of pods that we sell for $15 a bag. So in this box that costs us $30, we can make over $50. In fact, we make $60 with those 4 bags. So we're literally making $30 of profit from 4 items instead of what we would need to do is sell like 20 Snickers to make $30 of profit with that many candy bars. One of our top sellers, especially in healthy locations like gyms, are going to be these protein shakes that we literally get for about $1.30 per shake or less. And we can sell for $4 to $6 depending on the number of grams of protein in each shake. One of the other unorthodox items we love to sell is toothpaste. Toothpaste is an ultimate impulse purchase, especially with guests at our hotel and long-term and short-term rental locations. With this toothpaste, you can see we get these big tubes for around $2 to $2.25 per tube, and we can sell them from anywhere from $4 to $5, which still gives us around 100% margins. Speaking of impulse buys and not having all of the items in your rental, this is where bars of soap always do very well at any of our hotel or Airbnb type locations. Think about it. These bars of soap, you can get a 20 pack for $12. That's 60 cents a bar, or we can sell for $1.50 to $2, and people will impulse buy these all day long. One of our top selling items is tampons. These tampons, you can get a 96 count for $16. That's 17 cents a tampon when we can sell that tampon for $2. Talk about margins. That's a 10x or 1,000% markup. As you can see from our little Costco tour, the vending economics are pretty incredible. While these stores have to pay for massive staff, rent, and inventory, my vending machines work 24/7 with low employee costs and low overhead. That's why the margins can be so much higher. If you want to learn more about building a profitable vending machine business without making the costly mistakes, I've created a completely free 1-hour course on my channel that shows you exactly how to get started. Choosing your products, finding locations, actually buying these machines, this covers practically everything. Check that out, let me know what you think, and I'll see you later.